Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast. I'm Alex, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Emma. How are you doing today, Emma?
Hi, Alex. I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm really excited about today's topic. We're diving into a fascinating discussion about global education systems. There's so much to learn and compare.
Absolutely, Emma. Education is such a crucial part of our lives, and it's intriguing to see how different countries approach it. Each system has its own unique strengths and weaknesses. Where should we start?
Let's start with Finland. It's often hailed as having one of the best education systems in the world. Finnish schools focus heavily on student well-being and equality. The teachers are highly trained, and there's an emphasis on play and creativity, especially in the early years.
That's true. One thing I find remarkable about Finland is their approach to homework and testing. Finnish students have less homework and fewer standardized tests compared to other countries. Instead, the focus is on formative assessment and encouraging students to think critically and independently.
Exactly. The Finnish system believes that excessive testing can be stressful and counterproductive. Instead, they emphasize continuous assessment by the teachers. This allows for a more personalized approach to each student's learning needs.
Another interesting aspect is the high level of trust and respect for teachers. In Finland, teaching is a highly respected profession, and teachers are given a lot of autonomy in the classroom. This professional trust allows them to tailor their teaching methods to the needs of their students.
Yes, and it pays off. Finnish students consistently rank high in international assessments like PISA, Program for International Student Assessment. However, some critics argue that this system might not be easily replicable in other countries with larger and more diverse populations.
That's a valid point. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the education system in South Korea. It's known for its rigorous approach and high academic standards. South Korean students often spend long hours in school and attending private tutoring sessions, known as hagwons.
South Korea's emphasis on education is intense. Their system is highly competitive, and there's a strong focus on exam results, particularly the college entrance exam, which can determine a student's future prospects.
This high-stakes environment has its pros and cons. On the positive side, South Korean students often excel in mathematics and science. However, the pressure can lead to significant stress and mental health issues. There's also a concern about the lack of focus on creativity and critical thinking.
That's true. The rote memorization and test-focused learning can stifle creativity. There have been efforts to reform the system to reduce stress and foster a more balanced education. But change is slow and challenging in such a deeply entrenched system.
Let's move on to another unique system, Japan. Japanese education emphasizes discipline, respect, and group harmony. Schools in Japan have a strong focus on moral education, and students often participate in cleaning and maintenance of their school, fostering a sense of responsibility and community.
Japanese schools also emphasize the importance of extracurricular activities, like sports and cultural clubs. This helps in developing well-rounded individuals. However, like South Korea, the Japanese system can be quite rigid and focused on rote learning, especially in preparation for university entrance exams.
That's right. The high level of discipline and respect for authority in Japanese schools can be beneficial, but it can also suppress individuality and creative thinking. Balancing academic excellence with creativity remains a challenge.
Now, let's take a look at the education system in the United States. The U.S. has a very diverse and decentralized system. Education policies can vary significantly from state to state, and there's a mix of public, private, and charter schools.
The U.S. system is known for its emphasis on critical thinking, creativity, and extracurricular activities. There's a lot of flexibility in the curriculum, and students have the opportunity to explore a wide range of subjects and interests.
Yes, the focus on holistic development is a strong point. However, the U.S. also faces significant challenges, such as disparities in educational quality and funding between different regions and schools. Standardized testing, like the SAT and ACT, has been a contentious issue, with debates about its fairness and effectiveness.
Absolutely. There's also the challenge of addressing the needs of a diverse student population. Issues like educational equity, access to resources, and support for students with special needs are ongoing concerns.
Moving on, let's discuss the education system in Germany. Germany has a unique system where students are tracked into different types of secondary schools based on their academic performance and interests. These include Gymnasium, Realschule, and Hauptschule, among others.
This tracking system allows for specialized education paths, whether it's academic, vocational, or technical. The German apprenticeship system, where students can gain practical work experience while studying, is particularly well regarded. This tracking system allows for specialized education paths, whether it's academic, vocational, or technical. The German apprenticeship system, where students can gain practical work experience while studying, is particularly well regarded.
The vocational training system in Germany is indeed a strong point. It provides students with valuable skills and often leads to good job prospects. However, critics argue that the early tracking can limit opportunities for students who might develop their academic potential later on.
That's a valid concern. The system can be quite rigid, and there's always the risk of pigeonholing students too early. It requires a robust support system to ensure that all students have the opportunity to succeed, regardless of the path they take.
Speaking of vocational education, let's talk about Switzerland. Switzerland also has a strong emphasis on vocational training, with about 2/3 of students opting for the dual education system, which combines classroom instruction with apprenticeship training.
Swiss vocational training is highly respected and often leads to well-paying jobs. The system is flexible, allowing students to switch between academic and vocational tracks if they choose to pursue higher education later on.
That's right. The integration of academic and practical training helps bridge the gap between education and the labor market. However, like Germany, early tracking and streaming can be a point of criticism.
Let's take a look at the education system in Canada. Canada's system is quite decentralized, with each province and territory responsible for its own education policies. Despite this, Canada consistently performs well in international assessments.
Canada's focus on inclusivity and diversity is one of its strengths. The system emphasizes critical thinking, creativity, and the development of a well-rounded individual. There's also a strong support system for immigrant and refugee students, which helps them integrate and succeed.
Yes, the inclusive approach is commendable. However, the decentralized nature of the system can lead to inconsistencies in educational quality and outcomes across different regions. Ensuring equitable access to resources and opportunities remains a challenge.
Now, let's discuss the education system in Singapore. Singapore is known for its highly structured and efficient education system. The country places a strong emphasis on mathematics and science, and students often perform exceptionally well in international assessments.
Singapore's focus on STEM education is indeed impressive. The curriculum is rigorous and there's a strong emphasis on mastery of subjects. However, the system can be very competitive and stressful, with a heavy reliance on exams.
That's true. The pressure to perform well in exams can be intense, and there are concerns about the impact on students' mental health and well-being. There's also a debate about the balance between academic excellence and fostering creativity and critical thinking.
Let's also touch on the education system in France. France has a centralized education system with a strong emphasis on a broad-based curriculum. French students study a wide range of subjects, and there's a focus on developing analytical and critical thinking skills.
The French Baccalaureate, or BAC, is a comprehensive and challenging exam that students take at the end of secondary school. It's a key component of the French education system and serves as a gateway to higher education.
The rigorous curriculum and emphasis on analytical skills are strengths of the French system. However, the centralized nature can lead to rigidity, and there's often criticism about the lack of flexibility and the high stakes of the BAC exam.
Finally, let's discuss the education system in Australia. Australia has a diverse and flexible education system with a strong emphasis on student well-being and holistic development. There's a mix of public and private schools, and education policies can vary by state and territory.
Australia places a strong emphasis on critical thinking, creativity, and the development of individual strengths. The system encourages students to explore their interests and provides a wide range of extracurricular activities.
Yes, the focus on student well-being and holistic development is commendable. However, there are challenges, such as addressing disparities in educational outcomes between urban and rural areas and ensuring equitable access to resources and opportunities for all students.
Well, that was quite a tour around the world of education systems. Each system has its unique strengths and faces its own set of challenges. It's fascinating to see how different countries approach the same fundamental goal of educating their young people.
Absolutely, Alex. It's clear that there's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to education. Each system reflects the cultural, social, and economic context of its country. It's important to learn from each other and continuously strive to improve and adapt our education systems to meet the needs of all students.
Some questions and answers related to comparing education systems around the world and discussing their strengths and weaknesses.
What are the key features of the Finnish education system?
The Finnish education system is known for its student-centered approach, minimal standardized testing, and high respect for teachers. Key features include student well-being, emphasis on play and creativity, particularly in early years. Minimal homework, less homework, and fewer standardized tests compared to other countries. Teacher autonomy. Teachers are highly trained and given considerable autonomy in the classroom. Equal opportunities. Strong focus on equality and inclusivity. Strengths. High student well-being and satisfaction. High performance in international assessments like PISA. Teachers are respected and trusted professionals. Weaknesses. The system might be challenging to replicate in countries with larger and more diverse populations.
How does the South Korean education system differ from the Finnish system?
The South Korean education system is highly competitive and exam-oriented. Key features include rigorous curriculum, long school hours, and additional private tutoring, hagwons. High-stakes testing, emphasis on the college entrance exam, Sunyoung. Academic excellence, strong performance in subjects like mathematics and science. Strengths, high academic achievement and strong results in international assessments. Well-established discipline and work ethic among students. Weaknesses, high levels of stress and pressure on students. Less emphasis on creativity and critical thinking.
What are the benefits and drawbacks of the Japanese education system?
The Japanese education system emphasizes discipline, respect, and group harmony. Key features include moral education, focus on ethics, responsibility, and community involvement. Extracurricular activities, strong emphasis on sports and cultural clubs, high academic standards, rigorous preparation for university entrance exams. Strengths, high level of discipline and respect for authority. Well-rounded education through extracurricular activities. Weaknesses, can suppress individuality and creativity. High pressure related to university entrance exams.
What makes the education system in the United States unique?
The U.S. education system is diverse and decentralized, with significant variation across states. Key features include holistic development, emphasis on critical thinking, creativity, and extracurricular activities. Flexibility. Students have a wide range of subjects and interests to explore. Diverse options, public, private, and charter schools offering various curricula. Strengths, encourages creativity and critical thinking. Diverse educational opportunities and pathways. Weaknesses, disparities in educational quality and funding. Challenges in addressing the needs of a diverse student population.
Clue 5. How does the German education system handle vocational training?
The German education system includes a strong vocational training component. Key features include tracking system. Students are tracked into different types of secondary schools: Gymnasium, Realschule, Hauptschule. Apprenticeships, combination of classroom instruction and practical work experience. Strengths, provides valuable skills and good job prospects. Specialized education paths tailored to students' strengths and interests. Weaknesses, early tracking can limit opportunities for late bloomers. Risk of pigeonholing students too early.
What are the strengths and weaknesses of the Swiss education system?
The Swiss education system is known for its strong emphasis on vocational training. Key features include dual education system, combination of classroom instruction and apprenticeship training. Flexibility, students can switch between academic and vocational tracks. Strengths, high employment rates for vocational graduates. Integration of academic and practical training. Weaknesses, early tracking and streaming can be a point of criticism. Requires robust support systems to ensure equity.
What are the characteristics of the education system in Canada?
Right. Canada's education system is decentralized, with each province and territory responsible for its policies. Key features include inclusivity, strong focus on inclusivity and diversity. Critical thinking, emphasis on developing critical thinking and creativity. Support for immigrants, strong support for immigrant and refugee students. Strengths, high performance in international assessments. Inclusive and diverse educational environment. Weaknesses, inconsistencies in educational quality across regions. Ensuring equitable access to resources and opportunities.
How does the Singaporean education system achieve high academic performance?
Singapore's education system is structured and efficient, with a strong emphasis on STEM. Key features include rigorous curriculum, focus on mastery of subjects, high-stakes exams, heavy reliance on exams to assess student performance. STEM, focus, strong emphasis on mathematics and science education. Strengths, consistently high performance in international assessments. Strong focus on academic excellence. Weaknesses, high levels of stress and competition. Balancing academic rigor with creativity and well-being.
What are the unique aspects of the French education system?
The French education system is centralized with a strong focus on a broad-based curriculum. Key features include baccalaureate exam, comprehensive exam at the end of secondary school. Analytical skills, emphasis on developing analytical and critical thinking skills. Strengths, rigorous and comprehensive curriculum. Strong emphasis on analytical skills. Weaknesses, centralized system can be rigid. High stakes of the BAC exam can be stressful.
How does the Australian education system support student well-being?
The Australian education system emphasizes student well-being and holistic development. Key features include holistic development, focus on critical thinking, creativity, and individual strengths. Extracurricular activities, wide range of extracurricular opportunities. Inclusivity, strong emphasis on inclusivity and support for diverse student populations. Strengths, emphasis on student well-being and holistic development. Encourages exploration of interests and talents. Weaknesses, addressing disparities in educational outcomes between urban and rural areas. Ensuring equitable access to resources and opportunities.
Absolutely, Emma. Continuing our discussion, let's delve a bit deeper into some other countries' education systems. How about we talk about the United Kingdom next?
Great idea, Alex. The UK has a well-established education system with a mix of state-funded and independent schools. One notable aspect is the differentiation between the English, Scottish, Welsh, and Northern Irish systems, each having its own unique characteristics.
That's right. In England, students typically take the General Certificate of Secondary Education, GCSE exams, at the end of their secondary education. After that, they can choose to pursue A-levels, vocational qualifications, or other forms of further education.
The A-level system is quite specialized, allowing students to focus on a few subjects in depth. This can be beneficial for those who have a clear idea of their future career path. However, some argue that it can be too narrow and doesn't encourage a broader educational experience.
In Scotland, the system is slightly different. Students take the Scottish Highers and Advanced Highers, which offer a bit more flexibility in terms of subject choices and levels. Scotland also places a strong emphasis on the curriculum for excellence, which aims to provide a more holistic and integrated approach to learning.
The focus on developing skills for learning, life, and work is a strong point of the Scottish system. However, there are ongoing debates about the consistency and effectiveness of the curriculum for excellence.
Moving on to another continent, let's talk about China. China has one of the largest and most competitive education systems in the world. The Gaokao, the National College Entrance Exam, is a major milestone for Chinese students and is often considered one of the most challenging exams globally.
The Chinese education system is heavily exam-oriented, with a strong emphasis on rote memorization and academic achievement. This has led to impressive results in international assessments, especially in subjects like math and science.
However, the pressure and competition can be overwhelming for students. There's a growing concern about the impact on mental health and well-being. Additionally, the focus on rote learning has raised questions about the development of critical thinking and creativity.
To address these issues, there have been efforts to reform the education system in China, including reducing the emphasis on exams and promoting more holistic and innovative approaches to learning. It's a slow process, but changes are being made.
Let's also take a look at the education system in India. India's system is vast and diverse, with significant variations across states and regions. The country faces unique challenges such as providing quality education to a large and diverse population, including addressing rural-urban disparities.
India places a strong emphasis on academic achievement, and there's a high level of competition for entrance into prestigious higher education institutions like the Indian Institutes of Technology, IITs, and Indian Institutes of Management, IIMs.
That's true. The focus on STEM subjects is a strength, and Indian students often excel in these areas. However, there's also a growing recognition of the need to improve the quality of education across all levels, including early childhood education, and to promote critical thinking and creativity.
Another interesting system is found in the Nordic countries beyond Finland, such as Sweden and Denmark. These countries also place a strong emphasis on student well-being, inclusivity, and equal opportunities. Education is often free, including higher education.
The emphasis on social equity and inclusivity is a hallmark of the Nordic education systems. There's a strong focus on collaborative learning, critical thinking, and student participation. However, balancing this with academic rigor is an ongoing challenge.
In Sweden, the emphasis on individual development and student-centered learning is noteworthy. The system aims to foster creativity and critical thinking from a young age, which helps in developing well-rounded individuals.
Denmark, on the other hand, is known for its folkeskole, which is the comprehensive school system for children aged 6 to 16. After that, students can choose between various types of upper secondary education, including academic and vocational tracks.
The flexibility and variety of pathways in Denmark's education system are strengths. It allows students to choose paths that align with their interests and career aspirations. However, ensuring that all students have access to high-quality education remains a priority.
Let's not forget about New Zealand. New Zealand's education system is known for its focus on inclusivity, cultural diversity, and student well-being. The country places a strong emphasis on the holistic development of students.
The New Zealand curriculum is flexible, allowing schools to tailor it to meet the needs and interests of their students. This approach fosters a love for learning and encourages students to be curious and creative.
Another interesting aspect is the emphasis on Maori culture and language in education. The integration of Te Reo Maori and Maori perspectives into the curriculum helps preserve and promote indigenous culture and heritage.
Absolutely. The focus on inclusivity and cultural diversity is commendable. However, New Zealand also faces challenges, such as addressing disparities in educational outcomes between different socioeconomic groups and regions.
Let's touch on the education system in the Netherlands. The Dutch system is known for its high level of educational attainment and strong emphasis on bilingual education. Students in the Netherlands often learn English alongside Dutch from a young age.
The Dutch system also features a form of tracking, similar to Germany, where students are placed into different types of secondary education based on their academic performance and interests. This includes pre-university education, VWO, senior general secondary education, HAVO, and pre-vocational education, VMBO.
The flexibility and options available in the Dutch system are strengths. Students can choose paths that suit their interests and abilities, and there are opportunities to switch tracks if needed. However, like other tracking systems, it requires careful management to ensure equity and access for all students.
Another noteworthy system is in Israel. Israel places a strong emphasis on education with high literacy rates and a strong focus on science and technology. The country has a diverse education system that reflects its multicultural society.
Israel's education system includes secular, religious, and Arab schools, each with its own curriculum and approach. The focus on high academic standards and technological innovation is a strength, but the system also faces challenges related to equity and integration across different cultural and social groups.
Absolutely. Balancing the diverse needs of a multicultural society while maintaining high educational standards is an ongoing challenge. Efforts to promote inclusivity and equal opportunities are crucial.
That was a lot of information, Emma. It's amazing to see the diversity in approaches and the unique strengths and challenges each system faces.
Indeed, Alex. It's clear that there's no perfect system, but there's so much we can learn from each other. Understanding these different approaches helps us appreciate the complexity of education and the importance of continuous improvement and adaptation.
Well, that wraps up our extended discussion on global education systems. We hope you found it as enlightening as we did. If you have any thoughts, questions, or experiences to share, we'd love to hear from you.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.